too.
So, the next video we're going to get into mixes and things like that, but there is one more thing I need to talk about that's different. On sends, such as the main, the aux, and the monitor, you have a different type of equalizer. Over here, we talked about the parametric equalizer. Now we're about to talk about the graphic equalizer. I think most people that have seen something about audio have seen a graphic equalizer. It's the one that's like in a rack with all the little knobs that looks like a sine wave. That's the graphic equalizer.
And just to be clear how we got to this screen,
Yep.
we had to select mains.
Yep. Well, you could also select subs.
Okay.
And then it's up here at the top like you'd normally find where everything else is, and it's just GEQ.
But GEQ does not pop up in a regular channel.
It does not.
Correct?
It's not in a regular channel. It's just on the sends.
Okay.
The GEQ doesn't need to be used much on the mains in this room, because this room is a very nice room. It sounds wonderful. But, you know, some things constantly ring back at certain frequencies. Like if I have floor mics, I can guarantee when they do feedback, it's going to be around 250 and 430 hertz. So I could just come in here and click on 250 and pull it down just a skosh. And then come, you know, and click on 600 and pull it down just a skosh. Just to tune the room a little bit. You don't have to do it. You don't really have to do it here. But this is just an option. If you look at your EQs and you're like, man, all of these look the same, you can just pull it down here a little bit. It's super simple. I normally just leave it flat. It just lets you change an output send. They're also on the monitors. And there's a cool little trick. If you have this selected, there's a button down here on the bottom right that says GEQ fader flip. And it'll put the GEQ on the faders, which if you got stuff going through the mains, you fader flip. You got a PFL, sorry. It's now popping up on these meters so we can see what frequencies are going. And that's just a cool little gimmick. But I just thought I'd show you this. You don't have to know the frequencies of what's going on because it shows them up there and you can just pull stuff down. It's a little easier to use equalizer, but it's not used that much.
Now, if you played with this just for a minute, just exploring, and you wanted to just go back to a flat line, is that possible?
Unfortunately, this one does not have a flat storage. You could make one, or you could just recall the show or scene. It's not, unfortunately, it's not that easy on this.
Okay.
That's not, this rule I'm about to give is not a rule for this room because you won't end up tuning this room much unless you're crazier than I am. But whenever you use a GEQ, the rule is if you move more than half the faders, you need to start over. So if you have all of these making a sine wave, you need to start over. You should only have to move half of them. And that's really the GEQ. I thought I'd just go over it for a second. Thank you.